Hello guys, this is Anya Divine here, and it's step 2 of the foxgloves I started on the easel. I wanted to do something that caused me to make this a different picture from any foxgloves I've done before, because I feel like I want to always have things like fresh and new and different. I don't want to feel complacent or like anything is a conveyor belt painting, and so this was making me do something that's different. So I've got a roller here. I put out some of the, what colour is that now? It's a pink, magenta. And this is acrylic so far. I've put some squirts of magenta out, and I'm not even able to see the flowers now really from the, I can't see them from the angle I was working with them from. But so I've squirted some straight from the tube, and I'm just, so that's for a start. Down here, what am I going to do now? The other thing I wanted to try out was the alcohol ink. And this pink alcohol ink here, and it works nicely over wet surfaces, so maybe I think what I'll do is I'll just wet some of this pink that I just put down by splashing. We'll see how that works. And then I'm going to just sprinkle some of this pink out in the areas that have been splashed. I mean, it's a kind of more, it's a warmer pink really. I don't know if you can actually see. That's not that focused in on what I'm doing, is it? But there's something fun about creating a surface. And I think the thing with flowers is that they're so effulgent that you can afford to do wild things. You can afford to do wild things, and the flowers can take it. Do you know? No. And the things I wanted to do as well was to bring in the tops of the sunflowers that are really light green. Just want to give an official welcome to the blue bottles that are whizzing around here as well. Oh, for fuck's sake, no, I never put on the microphone. I hope that you could hear that. I took off the microphone because I changed my water. Right, I'm looking for something that's going to give me, I think this is the closest I've got, yeah. That's going to, the stencil that'll give me the shape of the top of the foxgloves. Have I stenciled sunflowers before? I don't know. Okay, so there's something there. Yeah. And what colour? I think I might use the high flow acrylic. This is high flow acrylic. It's like an ink really, and it's green gold. I think it's a good colour, at least in the first instance anyway, for the top of the sunflowers. Let's see, I might put a splash here and just see. Yeah, I like that colour. Whether it's exactly what we're looking for or not, I don't know, but I like the colour of it anyway. I'm sure there's a alcohol ink as well. That's a kind of greenish colour. Golden yellow, and that's green. I can't read what colour green this one is because it's just covered in paint. But I think if I put some of this green on top of the ink green, something interesting might happen. It's quite fluorescent actually, that green. I think I could use some down here too. Maybe I'll put some water on down here so that there's a response to the alcohol ink. It does something exciting over water. And yeah, so my point earlier, wasn't it, was to do the stencil thing. Do the stencil thing with the, I think I maybe need to use acrylic paint for the stencil. This sap green, is it? It is. Sap green, I'd say, will work. Oh my god, I put tons out. I might use the rest of it for down there though. Might even put some on now. I put some sap green on for the leaves now. You know, I think I will, and I'll just take a risk here and just put some on. Yeah, it's not great really. I mean, this stencil doesn't feel very true to the foxglove leaves, but it's giving me some kind of texture anyway that'll provide a layer. Okay. Yeah, so what I wanted to do was to create a colour that's quite light, so I will put white, I think, into this now. I'm breaking open the white. Da, da, da. Oh, for goodness sake. I might actually be able to squirt this out in the traditional way. Sounds like there's some kind of a hole here anyway. Oh yeah. Just stuck the paintbrush in to get it. See, I think if I mix white with this sap green, it'll give me the nice light colour. Oh my god, it goes everywhere then. It'll give me the nice light colour of the top of the foxglove. See, the white mixed with the green there, so it's got, and it's the consistency. Oh, I'm a bit dizzy after standing up quick. It's the consistency that I want for the stencil. Okay, let's just see. And I'll just use my finger. I think it's fairly dry. Here goes the mic. All happening here. Do you know, actually I'm just seeing that the other foxglove is here in front of that one and has some carry-on happening. And as well as that, I could maybe use it for this stem that I've left behind. Because it is nice and bright, that stem, at least on one side. So I'll just do something to explain that. Even if I end up carving it or changing it a little bit after. And then I could put some on there too. And then this one too. See that? There's a stem going up there. Right, so what I was going to do with this in the first place was I was going to put it on for the top of this foxglove here. I think I might end up putting a darker top on that as well, but for now it's alright. Okay, like actually through the stencil it might be a good idea to put a darker colour. And I left off a little bit. It's good making decisions, do you know, it's good having to, not knowing. And I'm kind of on the hop here a bit. So this was the more risky of the two paintings to do, and I don't have to assess the situation just now, but just letting you know that there. Letting you know what's going on for me. I think the dark, see this one now is Prussian blue. I might try some Prussian blue. When I say some, I didn't mean that much. Do it with a roller and see what happens. It's quite dark down at this end of the painting. I might put some Prussian blue through the stencil as well. Or look, I could do it like that. Turn it over and print it. Alright, I'm really just pushing the boat out there now, like. I think there's something about losing it. Maybe that's what I'm trying to do, is to lose it before I can then find it again when I go back up. When I stand back up and look at it again. But there's a thin line, like you want to lose it a bit, not so much. So there's some care being taken to just consider what's going on here. I'm just going to print those because the actual leaves themselves are more the shape that I'm after than the spaces between them. So I'm going to print those then up here. Hopefully. Oh, it's turned into a whole flower. That's alright though. Okay. And I might just do an old splash. Where did the white come from? in that splash. What else could I do now? I have got Caribbean Blue. Isn't that a gorgeous name for ink? I've got Caribbean Blue alcohol ink. This isn't it. This is a different blue, teal blue. A bit tamer, but I might put some of that in too. Caribbean Blue, you'll know about it. I'll show it to you now in a second. So this is the I'm still like exploring and losing it. The Caribbean Blue there. And it's still exploring losing it. I think the finding might have to do with really grappling with the edges of the flowers, the sunflowers, the foxgloves themselves, to really get the character of them back through using the background. Maybe put some leaves in there too, because the leaves of the sunflower are something that are really characteristic of a sunflower, aren't they? Those kind of leaves that are fairly opulent, like they're showing off the flowers at the top of them. There's a little, it's like understudies down here, all these undulating leaves. Yeah, you see there's an edge, isn't there? There's an edge to going two kind of knots all together. But I think what I might do with that now is leave it outside in the sun for a while to dry flat, and start on the other still life I'm looking at over there. That's the flowers are still fresh enough. The only thing I want to do, alright, is to print off before I take it outside. I want to print off a little bit of the harshness of that dark there. I don't want it to be quite that dark. I mean, it's quite colourful to that blue, so I probably need to subdue it with some brown or something when I go to paint the flowers themselves, but for now it's alright. And like the background there, that background is kind of a shitty colour really, you know. I could do with changing that, I think, as well. But it's all to play for, and you're still on board with me, aren't you? I can feel your unspoken support, saying it's all right. These are the kind of noises I need to make in my own head, you know. It's okay. Yeah, that's grand. No harm done. Do what you can. It's okay. It'll work out. It always works out. And whatever happens, it's okay. Nobody's going to die. You can manage. Yeah. There needs to be all kinds of paintings, you know. I think Ed Sheeran said something like that about his songs, that he needs to get every song out. Some songs are great, some songs aren't, but they need to be moved in order to uncover the ones. So anyway, this is the background again. I know it's the colour of the curtain that I was avoiding using for the wall, but I'm so irritated by that brown that I want to just I feel like I wanted something cleaner in there, and as soon as that message came to me, I thought I'll just do it. Sometimes it's great to just do the thing that you think of immediately. And I also love the effect of background paint that's thicker meeting the thin foreground shapes. I like that colour grey. I'm going to put a bit more of it on before I say goodbye to you this time. Oh, I'm kind of tired. I'll tell you what I did last night. Erin's car's not working, so I took her to the airport for her. She was flying. I took her to the airport at 5, I think it was yesterday. No, it wasn't. It was 12 o'clock in the day. And then at 3 o'clock in the morning we got home. I picked her up after she got back. She was in Italy yesterday, and when she flew back it was after 1 when they landed, and after probably around 2 when I picked her up, or 1:45 maybe. Yeah, so I'm just wanting to clean up this area a little bit. Clean up isn't a great word to be using when you're describing a painting, but it's true for that bit. I think it's a true phrase. I mean, I don't know, am I wise to be doing all of this behind without looking at the flowers? It feels like I am. It feels like that's alright this time for some reason. I suppose it's the thing, like I said, about making chance essential. If you can see what you're painting all the time, that's going to really influence. And I think another favourite quote of mine is Matisse, when he said, "Exactitude is not truth." And I like that as well, because it leaves you off the hook to capture something as you feel it to be. And I can feel the foxgloves, you know. I feel their exuberance and their liveliness and their vertigo shooting up. And yeah, so it leaves you free. Exactitude is not truth. It leaves you free to play a little bit more. I'm standing up because I want to get the colour of the top of the piano. No, that's black. I don't want black, I want a nice brown. A nice rich, maybe burnt sienna will do it. The top of the piano is a little bit warmer. It's a lot warmer, I think. And it's lighter in tone as well than the rest of the piano. So I just indicate it and hope for the best. Okay. Was that all now, I think? I'd say that I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop there for now. I'll be back again, and the next time you see me, I'll be standing up at the easel again. As in the next time you see me for this painting, I'll be standing up at the easel again and painting from looking at them again. And I'm happy enough. It's good for me to see them on the screen there too. I can see them from a distance. And I like that it's really significantly darker down there than it is up here. So it's good having strong contrast early on. But what I'm actually going to do next is I'm going to do the other painting. Now I'm going to start the other painting. I've got a piece of paper here. It's still the Fabriano paper, so it's not going to be the shiny surface I'm really in love with. But it's good for me to try it. Good for me to try the different ones. And I can always put some varnish over the surface afterwards. Or maybe I'll use oil paint. There's an idea. I might do that with the foxgloves actually, because the oil paint is nice and buttery and kind of sings out over the more matte surface of the acrylic paint and the inks and things. Although the inks are nice and vibrant. So the thing I was going to do then was going to start the other painting of the flowers in the jug, flowers that I stole from the side of the road last night. I found 3 daisies, and I just thought, look, there's loads of them out there, and they're not ready in my garden yet, so I just took 3. I stole 3 daisies, and yeah, I'll confess all the rest in a minute when I'm painting them. Okay, so good to see you. Thanks for being in touch. Thanks for meeting me here. It's 18 minutes, imagine that. How quickly time flies. Okay, bye.